Hello, everybody. Hoping everybody's having a wonderful day so far. Um, Welcome to my channel, Journey with Me. Come journey with me. I invite you to journey with me. I'm gonna start off first by showing you where I left off yesterday, and that was making my first cover here, which let me remove this so you guys could see. Okay, like this, so y'all can see it whole here. Yeah, there we go. I was in the midst of doing this paper, and I put it on. I put the pocket. As you know, I did the fabric. And then this one, which I originally did to put it on, to put it as a pocket. What happened was that I saw this and I fell in love with his face. So you have the Pharaoh and his wife, the queen. This is not put in yet, but that's the way it goes. And I left this to be a tab, which goes in here. But I have to put the tabby thing with the ribbon and the eyelid. So I wanted to show y'all that from the beginning. Okay. Now, so far, these four, because there are 5 chapters, you got these four. You see how easily it closes because of the groove here. And there you have the spine with the string for the dangles. But I wanted to show you that this is the way it goes. It opens like this. Okay, so we got that out the way this morning. Now, this was a paper that I had prepared to put with this chapter. And I haven't put this in because I wanted to do it to show you how it goes. And this will be another one. But you guys see these crinkles here? Okay, we have a choice. I could put the washi tapes to smooth it out. Of course, I did. Let me show you this. Let me bring it in. Oh, okay. You see this here is a design on the edge there. And I made it with this here, this punchy, to get the edge. And I'm going to cover the background with my washi tapes. So let's get to working. Close that up again. Let's get to working because you know me, I'm a slow starter. And then I also have these, which I want to put, because this also was a paper. But this paper, I did it with ink. I did the glue, the water, and the ink. I made it kind of light. This was just the napkin, the back of the napkin, with a drop of ink on a paper, on a cardstock paper. So let me put all this to the side. I also prepare this, which is also going to be another paper in this chapter. And these are for my chapters. Yes, yes. Okay, so let me start with this one. Now, you know what I'm going to do, right? Let me first put this paper on this here. Let me see what I want to do. Because this here, okay. I'm going to put this one. I like this one. Okay, this I don't have to cover all the way. I just need a little bit of covering. Just one. Yes, yes, yes. I see that. All I'm going to need is one of these sheets to put here. Right? And then this here. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And there we go. Okay. We got that. Let me put this away. Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I don't know what happened to my microphone speakers yesterday, but I have to keep checking them to make sure the green light is on, because I got up to go look at the thermal that I was using, and it just went blink. When I play back the recording, there was no audio. So let me use this one here because it's thicker. Okay. Here we are. Here we are. Here we go. Here we go. I like using the two-sided tape. I like it because I'm going to do a show and tell of my very first journals, so you guys can understand why I like the stickies, or I like the two-sided tape. I'll use it up, and I don't like to use the roll-on, which I will use. Yes, I will use it. but I don't like using it because, or rather, I don't like using it by itself because it will dry up eventually and get loose from its location. So what I'll do is I'll secure it because the two-sided tape will also give way, but it takes about 10 years. And in 10 years, then you could just use the Elmer's glue to put it back on. But let me get my roll-on. Where's my roll-on here? I don't see my roll-on. Yes, I do not see my roll-on. I see my new ones. And even this one's missing. Oh my. I'm going to have to. Oh Lord, look at what I did. Okay. I'm going to have to look underneath my table. And what I'm going to do this. Just to do a little. Excuse me. I'm still getting over my asthma and my chest cold. Please excuse me. Oh, yes, yes. And we got this going. And we got a smooth backing here. See, this is okay. Because that's the decorated piece. So that's okay. Now, we got to do this here. So let me, no, I don't want to cut until I am sure. Here we go. Okay, so you got one pocket here and one here. That's two pockets. See that? So what I'm going to do is, let me secure this, but I'm going to use the skinnier two-sided tape. There we go. That's that side. We're only going to do two sides. Okay. And here we go. That's all we're using. Let me remove. Let me cut the S's now. Before it becomes a headache. Okay, here we go. This is some fabric, so it's going to give me a little headache right here. Let me do it this way, where it won't give me a headache. Okay. Here you go. And here you go. And we got to do this here. Give me a moment, guys. Give me a momento here. Un momento, like we say in Spanish. This is okay here. Yeah. And this is, oh, no. Oh, it's already glue. Okay. This, okay. Here we go. Voila, voila. And we will cut here. And we will cut over here. Okay. And there we have it. The beginning of this chapter. Now we have this. Oh, I have to, yes, I forgot about this here. Which we have to do this here and this here. Okay, so this is a big pocket. So I'm going to use the thicker one. Yeah. Now see this? We got a pocket. Now we have this side here, the thread here. And we gotta do this side here. This side, this side. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Let's remove this here. And let's remove this here. All right. Okay. Now, let me add a little gluey here. A little gluey here. Yeah. Okay. There goes the glue. I have to look for my glue. And we are going to close this. This. And here it is. We have this close here, right? And we have this pocket here and this pocket. That's 2 pockets to this. Okay, now we are going to do the back of one of the pages, which will be this one. And this one is, if they decide to write here, it's a smooth thing. Even though I'm going to include the writing board. I see I'm going to have to cut. No, I'm not going to cut that. I almost made that mistake. Okay, there's a writing board that comes with these books that I have to make. Now this one here, voila, voila, let's do this. Okay, I have a choice of doing that. What you really cannot see. But how about that one? I like this one to start it off. Yeah. I like this one to start it off because it's kind of... Let me start it off. Wow, this one's nice and thick. Yes. Sticky, I mean. Very sticky. Yes, yes, yes. I like the ink spots. They look like deers, but they ink spots. And there we go. Let me cut this here. Okay. And then I got the tiny little ones here. These are dark. So they are so pretty. They're so skinny at that. Yeah. So we got this one. I like this. Okay. This one was sticky, but I'm not sure about this one. So I'm going to do this. Yeah. Oh, but wait, yeah. Let's do this. Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is beautiful. Yes. This is gorgeous right here. But to separate, look at this one. Okay, I like that one. Yes, I like this one. I'm gonna make it very, very light here, like outlining with a pencil here. Okay. These little things are a mess to work with. They're tedious. They're so tedious. But because they have a double tape here to secure it in place. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes, I like this. I like this little skinny one. Okay. This is beautiful. Then we go. It looks like we're going from dark to darker. Look at this. It's gorgeous. Yes, yes, yes. I like that. But I'm going to put a darker one here. Yeah, I'm going to put a darker strip here. Are you guys seeing me? I hope so. If you guys like my videos, give me a like. Here we go. Give me a like. That way I know I'm doing a little better than the last video. Your comments are always welcome. Yeah. Yes. There you go. See that? Yes, yes, yes. Now we go to a darker one. Okay. This one. Right. Yeah. Right. Yes, yes. Right here. Ah. will put it with this moon setting here. Mm-hmm. 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 This is what broke. My nerves are very bad this morning. Why, Lord? It's very, very bad. Okay. Well, we won't be ripping no more. No. And we will be, I need a fatter one. A fatter one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you got the crinkling. Yes, you got the crinkling of the paper. There you go. There you go, there you go, there you go. Okay. There you go. I already got 30 minutes into this. I tell you, I am so slow at this. But it's art. We are creating art. And so therefore, my art takes, well, it's taking me, I'll say, a little over 60 years to be able to create this, because I just started this. And I'm also an established author. I went to the divinity school in what you call that? The divinity school in Virginia, the University of Virginia. I took theology. And I went there when I was, I'll say, if I can remember right, because you know you got to remember these things. I think I was 64. Yeah, I was 64 because I did 5 years online to get my Bachelor of Science in Theology. I was like 69 when I finished. And I have a beautiful, beautiful testimony. And that's what I wrote my book on. My testimony. And I started out writing where I was born. I was born in one of the islands called Puerto Rico. And I stood in the island till I was just about 3 years old, until my father decided it's time to migrate to los Estados Unidos. I say that in Spanish because it's the United States. That's what it is. It is the United States. But I say it in Spanish because when my father decided to migrate to the United States, they were still calling it los Estados Unidos because we are a Spanish speaking people. Oh, that is beautiful. See, and then this comes like this. Yeah. It comes like this. And you got the book. You got the pocket. Yes, yes. I gotta get my thingy. I got this thingy that you can rub on. Okay. And I think we could finish off. No, we cannot finish off with this. So I was born in 1953. We came to the United States. I was barely ready. I was barely coming into my third birthday, which was in March. Which was in March. So I made my third birthday in the Estados Unidos, the United States. So yes, that was in 1956. I was born in 53. It wasn't quite my third birthday. But when we came to the United States, when we migrated, when my father migrated to the United States, we went into the county of Manhattan to a street called Delancey. And you was able, or you still are able, to go to either Brooklyn or Queens, the Bronx. Yes, sirree. And none of these are big enough. They're all skinny, skinny, skinny. This one is kind of big to cover here. But I just did this one. Okay. Let me redo this one. So, the one thing about New York City, when you get to the Bronx, it's such a fantastic county because that county, you could go anywhere in the United States. It has an exit, a portal to go everywhere. I'm sorry, guys. I get carried away. And I gotta cut this. Yes, I gotta cut this before I forget. And I'll put it in the book. And then I have a problem. So let me make sure I cut this now before I get carried away on my camera. Get a glitch like he likes to do and mess up. So I'm going to, I did change my blade and look how nice. I should have done it right a long time ago. But the Bronx, the county of the Bronx in New York is an outlet to any place you want to go in the United States. That's the good thing about the Bronx. The other counties are not all that. Okay, that off. And now I cut this. All these little tail ends here from the washi tapes. Oh, look at this. The sun wants to creep in. And there. So I did. Oh boy, this is sticking. So they are sticking. And there we go. Beautiful, beautiful voila, voila. Okay. Now we will, once again, guys, you know the drill. Let me cut this like this. So I'm putting this here to match up with this here. And I'm putting this stick, two-sided tape here. I keep calling it the sticky. It's not the sticky, it's a two-sided tape. Two-sided tape. Okay. Okay. So all the other counties like Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, Long Island, Coney Island, which is in Brooklyn, you have to go on to the extensions. Like the bridges and stuff to be able to get out of New York City. And when we, first of all, let me tell you, the trip to New York to the United States, let me stand corrected. The trip to the United States was by airplane. And the airplane was 8 engines, 4 on each wing, right? 4 on each wing. And we have, okay, so you could see the design on the edge here. See the design on the edge here. You could see the design, yes. And that's how the design looks on this page. So we have the Queen. We have the Queen. And we got the second page. This was cardstock. And I just glued the backing of the napkin on it with a clear, with no color. There was no paint or no ink, no nothing but plain clear. So we got 2. So we have this one, which we put, and then we are going to, we don't have time. This is nice and clear, which I gotta find. Wow, this is pretty. This is very, very pretty. Yeah, okay. And the plane was a 8 engine, 4 in each wing. 4 engines on each wing, right? And then it took 8 hours to get from Puerto Rico to Manhattan in the United States. And if you notice, I can't really say the word Manhattan, but it's Manhattan, New York City. And so that's what I did. That's what my daddy did. He migrated us to the United States. Now you take a plane to the island, only takes you 2 hours. 2 engines, 1 on each side, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending on the air traffic. Oh yes, because now we have to include air traffic. It took us 8 hours back then with no air traffic. Now with air traffic, like we on an expressway up there, it only takes 2.5 hours. And these 2 are done. And let me make sure I put all this back because, oh brother, it's gonna be a mess. Yes, it will be a mess. And let me tell you the story, Bob. I'm putting this back. Anyway, and when we got to the United States, there was what we call the checker cabs. The checker cabs. They were yellow. Main body was yellow. And the side panels were black and yellow. So they were called the checker cabs. Then there was, when you landed in the airport, now they had the terminals where you get out the plane and you walk into that alley thing, the terminal, and you walk out to the main terminals, right? Back then you didn't have that. So you landed in the airplane strip, the strip itself. You will get off the plane, walk down the stairs. They had those stairs you push onto the plane. And, okay, I'm putting in the wrong. Okay, this will work. And you then walk to the terminal itself. We landed in the airport. And I won't say the airport because I don't know if I'm allowed to. We landed in the airport in Queens. The airport was in Queens. And then we walked to the terminal. And then we caught the yellow taxis, yellow cabs, the checker taxis. And I remember as a child, I was only 2.5 years old, how I loved it. Because the cab had, you were able to sit 6 people in the, okay, and the cab, behind the seat, the driver's seat, there were 2 stools and it will pop out from the floor. And I was excited. So yes, my daddy put me in one of the stools and one of my siblings in the other stool. Maybe it was my baby brother. I don't remember. But I was too small to look out the window from the checker cab. And so that night I missed, for the first time, seeing the city lights, the skyscrapers, because I was too little. And apparently I fell asleep. I woke up. I was in my father's arms and heading upstairs to the apartment. We come from houses, so we didn't know what an apartment was. I ain't paying attention. It made no difference to me because it just didn't. And anyway, from there, I'll continue on my journey tomorrow, and I'll continue preparing my book tomorrow. Y'all have a very pleasant night. See you guys tomorrow. Give me a like, give me a comment, and thank you for keeping me company and hearing me. In the name of Jesus, I send my blessings. Amen.